Hey everybody, Joey Boy here, the Joey you can trust, back with a Walking Dead Most 5 video, featuring the OG, Andrea. After countless posts and comments of asking where the f*** Andrea is, where's my OG ascendables, and stop making new ascendables, comes the big, blue, beautiful, busty, burst damage Andrea. Looking at our single target burst survivors, not counting the double attackers, you will see a list of survivors' base attack stats with the percent damage of their adrenaline rush. For single target, Andrea trumps everything, all the way to the highest attacking survivor with 15,720. Next is Aiko with 14,442 with a waist knot and allowing her to potentially kill another survivor. Coming in third is Jesus with 13,636, which is our first red survivor and still pulling in impressive numbers to punish enemies with high defense. Her leadership skill is where the money's at. This leadership skill will allow you to have 76 AR range survivors to pop them off on turn 2 with commands. If you use a weapon with very large or huge AP when attacking, plus this leadership skill, it will result in this. 20, which is what you get per attack, 10 AP whenever you have huge bonus to AP when attacking, and when you have very large it's 8, resulting in, if you have very large, 38 AP per attack per turn, and if you have double huge, 40 AP per attack per turn. So let's min map this out. If you're a 76 AR survivor, turn 1 you would attack and you'd have 40 AP. Turn 2 comes running around and you attack again and you will have 80 AP. 4 over your adrenaline rush, so bring a command with you. That turn 2, you can use your adrenaline rush. The 76 AR survivor as well also goes for any survivors that are 58 and 66. If you happen to be an 85 AR survivor, turn 1 you'd get 40, turn 2 you get 80, and then on turn 3 you would be at 120, which is where you can be commanded to pop off an 85 adrenaline rush. And this is all on attack 2. We also want to keep in mind towers in war. Some towers will give us AP when we attack, so basically as soon as we get one benefit from AP, whether even if it's a medium bonus to AP when attacking, this will allow us to have our 85 range survivors be able to be commanded turn 2, which is dirty. Her active isn't too bad actually. It'll give her elusive for 3 turns, making anyone that attacks her give them no AP, and when Andrea attacks somebody, they will gain no AP from taking damage. The other part is she will get 25% AP, which if she has an 85 AR, will be 22 AP. 25% of 85 is 22 rounded up. In the situation where you don't want to risk auto-attacking her and stunning her versus a red stun gun or a blue impair weapon, but using her active will put her at full AP, to then be able to use her adrenaline rush is a perfect risk-free opportunity to have her use her active and then command her to use her adrenaline rush. The weapon of choice I think that would be the best for her is a military shotgun. Craft a double attack on her weapon and then do 2 crafts of attack reaching 40% attack. This weapon will, for the majority of you all, be a perfect fit for her. With an 800% damage adrenaline rush and a very high attack base stat, she really needs to make sure she can take out the most tanky of survivors, or she really does lose her merit, because she applies no CC whatsoever. Combat mods are interesting, and this will be my approach on modding her. Attack set and attack combat mod is a must, as she is the epitome of damage. The trait mod, I don't think red is needed, nor do I think a defensive trait combat mod is warranted here. I think an attack versus blue or green is the better option, so we can deal with range only teams and blue-green hybrid teams that come with Eugene and Dante as an example. I would imagine with an 800% damage adrenaline rush, any red you hit, even if they have a defense buff, you're probably going to kill them. Stun resist I think is the best option here, as her doing nothing with an 85 adrenaline rush is no good. Since she will be useful versus red, and that means stun guns is another reason why we would want to take this route. The auxiliary mod I would recommend an attack while taunted, as I will be bringing a focus based tune like Lori, so that I can put focus on Andrea before she gets taunted to get a massive damage increase, and then use her double attack weapon or adrenaline rush for more pressure. The wildcard I would use an attack while impaired, as we will be facing off some blue with impaired weapons, and instead of trying to fight it, I will slap a double attack weapon on her, get the bonus damage from being impaired, and let my double attack weapon do all the work. Also, if Andrea is focused while being impaired and taunted, my god. One of her basic attack bullets might just rip somebody in half. You could also replace the taunted combat mod and use a graze or AP down, as both of those can work out well depending on your team comp. This is the fun part, everyone. Andrea and her posse. Her posse. But who will be the chosen ones to her left and to her right? We will start off with 2 free-to-play based teams and then 2 premier teams. This will be all about attacking, as I don't see a defensive approach here with her, as you can easily have somebody on your team killed on turn 1, and then on turn 2, you could probably lose 1, maybe 2 survivors, which is not ideal at all. So we're going to focus mainly on attack. But that is not to say that there isn't a secret hidden Andrea team for defense. There might be something special out there that could catch people off guard. If you manage to reach turn 3 with any of these teams, we'll allow Andrea to remove 1 survivor from the fight, as she will be able to be commanded and use her adrenaline rush. This team is the first free-to-play based team, and this is something I came across while talking with a faction mate, friend of mine, Patrick, aka Trolley Patty. If you've been a long-time viewer, you would have seen him in a couple of videos. A little shit. We were looking at avenues for a more free-to-play approach, and this one seemed to make a lot of sense and can be extremely useful. Building every single one of these survivors full attack is the way to go, and having a Mirabelle commanded turn 2, who stun 3, is great damage output, as well as CCing 3, and the next turn you can do the same thing, which at this point you should have killed a few of them. Anything afterwards is catering to what you need to win the fight. The second free-to-play team comes with a little bit more single target and less AoE. The Jesus or Richard, whichever one you got lucky on if you happen to pull Jesus through the anniversary, or Richard through the new token wheels, will be brought in to take care of any tanky greens. Dwight or Tyrese if you prefer a damage buff for your team and a removal of the enemy buffs with Dwight versus decapitation with Tyrese. This should allow enough pressure, and if you need to deal with any revives, is a good route to go. On to our first premier team, which allows Disarm Michonne to pave the way to success, as she will remove enemy special weapons with her disarm. The disarm should allow our survivors to not get impaired or stunned by weapons, and allow Jesus and Conrad to clean up. The last premier team is a double disarm team, which I am a huge fan of. This will allow you to run 3 double attack adrenaline rush survivors, which 2 of them are disarms and 1 is a decap. 3 double attack weapons, 1 of which is Sandy's and does 200% damage, allowing us to cover both red and blues for all of these. This is brute force in the making, ladies and gentlemen. And if the enemy goes down, they stay down with Sandy's decapitate. As on turn 2, you have options. If you need to disarm to pave the way for your team for a win, or if you need to put somebody into the ground and lob their head off, Sandy's the one you're going to want to go with. That, my friends, and everyone out there part of the Troll Patrol, is going to wrap up the video on the big, blue, beautiful, busty burst damage. Andrea, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, made you laugh, 40 positive, please give it a nice go round each, top to that like, subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Support greatly appreciated. Other than that, we'll catch you all in the next video. Bye bye.